Share effects with my fans that I'm super excited about. But this week, I'm especially excited because I'm going to go on record as saying you are going to start performing this trick all the time. You're going to perform it because it's easy. You're going to perform it because it has 2 impossible moments of magic. And mostly, you're going to start performing this because the inherent drama, the emotional hook involved is so strong, it pulls people in and creates the perfect amount of tension for an explosion reaction at the end of the effect. And 2 impossible twists. You're going to love this. This is my variation on the bulletproof classic Chicago Opener by Chris Everhart. Now, many professional magicians around the world perform this effect. But for me, even though I performed it for a long time, there was something missing. There was a presentational angle and a visual angle, a certain visual clarity that was missing. And then one day I discovered it, and I'm thrilled to share that with you today. I'll do the full performance and share the secrets. At any time during your show, give the deck a shuffle and you say, hey, let's try something a little unusual here. I have a card in my pocket from another deck. And you take this out. And it says, don't choose this card, okay? They can see it's not only is a red back card from another deck, but you've written on it, don't choose this card. You say, I do not want you to choose this card. Now, if I take this card and I cut it into the middle of the deck, and I spread out the cards and I say, go ahead, choose a card, it's going to be pretty easy for you to avoid choosing that card because you can see it, the red back and the marking on it. But if instead I cut the card into the pack, okay? Cutting it somewhere into the pack, okay? Then I turn the cards face up, then I spread them out and say, go ahead, touch a card. Now there's no way. You don't know which card is the card I do not want you to touch. You spread out the cards, you give 100% free choice, no force. Say, go ahead, touch a card. They can touch any card. Let's say they touch the Ace of Clubs. You say, are you sure? Do you want to change your mind? They say, yes, they want to change their mind. You go, fine, touch another card. Let's say it's the Ace of Spades now. Free choice. They touch the Ace of Spades. You say, are you sure? They say, yes. You take the card. You say, oh, I told you not to choose that card. It is the one card in the pack. Boom. Do not choose that card. Then you say, look, well, you let me down there. Okay, I said, please don't choose that card. And you let me down because you chose the one card I didn't want you to choose. But look, we'll leave the Ace of Spades right there in the glass. Very fair, okay? So now what I want you to do is I want you to choose the matching card. Because obviously, if that Ace of Spades is from a red deck, there must be an Ace of Spades in this pack as well. So now I want you to choose the matching card. Choose the matching card. You spread out the cards, okay? And again, they have 100% free choice. They can literally touch any card. Let's say they touch that one right there. You turn it over and you say, well, you didn't get the Ace of Spades. You got the 7 of Hearts. But I did say choose the matching card. So let's do this and change the Ace into the matching card. And wonderfully, what I love about everything in the pack, everything can be examined, handed out, and you have just freaked people out not once, but twice. Like I said, it is a monster effect, super commercial, and it only involves a few very simple sleights. Going to walk through all the details in a moment and share here on this video something I haven't shared many times on any of my projects, and that's my turnover switch. Okay, it's very deceptive. It's not hard to do, a little knacky, but I'm going to show you how to do it. You'll be able to learn it very quickly. So I'm going to share all the secrets from the Not This Card effect. Okay, let's now explain all the really cool secrets of Not This Card. First thing you're going to need is an odd back playing card. So I really, I sometimes perform with blue decks, sometimes with red decks, but there's no question that the writing, don't choose this card, on the back of a red deck is going to show more than on the back of a blue deck, right? So that's number one. And so what I have is the 7 of Hearts here. I've written, don't choose this card with an exclamation mark. Nice and bold. I used a thick Sharpie marker. You want it as bold as possible. Number one, okay? Number 2, and this is in my pocket. All right, make sure, of course, that the face of the card, the 7 of Hearts, is facing in. Next, I need to get the 7 of Hearts. When I want to perform this, you need to get the matching 7 of Hearts from the blue deck to the bottom of the deck, okay? Lots of ways to do that. I won't bore you. Maybe this is going to be an opening effect for you. It's already there, or maybe you're going to palm it in or whatever. But you shuffle the cards, and I'm doing an overhand slip shuffle, all right? Because what I am doing is I'm squeezing gently with my thumb on the top card and gently with the fingers. And I'm pulling out everything from between the two, or mostly everything between the two. so that even as I shuffle, look what happens. I'm pulling so what's called stocks. I'm pulling some of the cards out, pulling them on with my thumb on at the top of the deck, but every single time the bottom card stays because I'm gently squeezing between thumb and finger, and then I'm shuffling on top of the deck. So what that means is once I get the 7 of hearts on the bottom of the deck and I shuffle the cards, it looks wonderfully casual. Okay, so that's one thing about this effect. Very straightforward, very casual. Now, I've done a couple of tricks. I got this on the bottom of the deck, and now I say, look, you've chosen a couple of cards this time, but this time there is this card I want to make sure you do not choose. So I love that presentation angle. You're already in a very unusual, there's a card I want you to not choose. What? What do you mean by not choose? And, just in case it was confusing for people, you say, in fact, here's the card. This is the card I do not want you to choose. You will get a laugh. Don't rush ahead. To people, this is very funny. It's funny that you're taking another card out of your pocket. It's funny that you've destroyed a playing card by writing on it, do not choose this card. Okay, you're being clear. It's got inherent comedy. One of the things I love about this. So do not choose this card. Okay, now, remember, we got the 7 on the bottom, right? And then this, you put this on top and you say, now, if I were to cut the pack, and you do a fair cut the cards. Okay, looks very fair. And I were to spread out the card and say, do not touch that card, it's going to be easy for you because you can see it, right? Then you cut all the cards back to the bottom, so the 7 is still in the bottom. You say, but instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the card into the middle of the pack. So this is the second sleight, a double undercut. Very simple. All I'm going to do is pull up the back end of the card, right? Keep a little, with the flesh of my thumb, hold a break there. And now I'm going to cut 2 or 3 packets on top. So cut a packet on top of it, keep cutting, and then at the very end, I'm going to cut anything that's left below my thumb to the top. What that does is it cuts my red card to the bottom while leaving the 7 of hearts still there. So both cards are on the bottom of the deck. You've done that. And now I say, and if I turn the cards over and spread them out, now you have no idea which card is the card I don't want you to choose. Now, I am not pushing the 7 too much off the other 7. You don't want to show that. What I'm doing with the thumb is pushing off, a small block, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. Push them off as one, and now keep spreading. Right that way, it's bulletproof. There's nothing to see. And they really don't know. The card could be any card in the pack. Now, you're set up for a very cool thing because you've got duplicate cards on top. You spread out, have them touch a card. That one there. Emphasize this. Do you want to change your mind? Happy to change your mind. Because sometimes maybe you're doing a lot of tricks involving forcing cards. Here, there's no force. So this is a great opportunity to emphasize the fairness of what you're doing, right? Want to change your mind? Great. Go ahead, touch a card. You want to go back, forth, whichever one you want. Okay, and let's say they finally settle on, let's say the ace of spades. Again, we'll use it as an example. You square up the cards. Now, you're going to take the ace and you're going to spin it. And it's going to spin off the side of not your first finger, but your second finger. Just holding the deck. A little bit of practice here, and you'll see you can spin this card. It looks very nice. Spin it up, right up on top, okay? So you're spinning it, and then you take it with the tips of the finger to finish it up like that. Now, this happens to be a traditional way to hide a get ready, which I love this, okay? A get ready in this case is with your left thumb, you're going to push off the top 7 just a little bit, then pull it back so your pinky can get a little break underneath it. Now, normally this spin is to hide that, but you're getting yourself ready for a really sweet deception here. You're going to come over. As you spin it, when that right hand's on top, it's the perfect time to do this little get ready, bop, bop, just like that, okay? So here I did the get ready, spin it right on top, and go into a double lift. And what's so nice about that is you don't have to do any kind of wrist kill. When you do this, when you turn the ace over, since they saw a 7 below it, now they still see a 7, okay? And you turn it over, and boom. What a crazy trick. You say, don't choose this card. You spread out. They change their mind once, twice, 3 times, whatever. Invariably, it's the one card you took out of your pocket. It's a monster kind of prediction, mind control effect. Nobody expects another effect coming. It's strong by itself, okay? Boom. I go, oh, you chose the one card. Now, you may even want to act when they say the ace of spades, you go, you sure? You sure that's the one? You're sure? As if you, of course, know which card is the do not pick card, right? So you're kind of like, you sure? Or you can play it neutral. Either way. But you've done the double lift here. Boom. They think that's the end of the effect, and what a beautiful effect. Took it out of your pocket. Amazed everybody. Showed in a kind of a fun way that you can control anything that's going on in the world. turn it over, turn it back over, say, look, give you another chance. So you let me down on that one. I said, don't choose, you let me down. And now what you're gonna do is the Cadiro Marlowe move. And that is after turning the card over once or twice, you're gonna, this is the double lift here, okay? You're gonna, with the left fingertips, as you turn the deck over and move it away, as you turn it over and move it away, you're gonna gently apply pressure to steal off. You're gonna steal off the ace of spades under cover of the deck, turning, moving away, and maybe the left thumb gives a little casual flick to cover any, slight sort of motion tension. So it looks like this in performance speed. I'm here, right? Let's turn this the right way. I'm here, turned it over. All I'm doing here is flicking this and moving the deck away, and I stole off the ace. One more time, okay? I want to make sure you get this because it's not hard, okay? Not hard. You got plenty of organic and natural cover. You're here to the edge, squeezing with the fingertips, just the tips, a little in, okay? They're pulling it off, right? As you turn, and remember, you're turning the deck over like this and moving it away, okay? You can put the deck down, put this between somebody's hands for a maximum impact. You can stick it up in your glasses. I've done that before. It's a very funny and a great way to make sure no one sees it. This tip alone, if you wear glasses, you've never done this, you're very welcome. It's a very commercial tip. Or here, we're going to put it on top of a glass or inside a glass. For the camera here, and I've done Zoom shows where this is key. So you're there. You've switched. You got rid of the ace, now you got the 7 hearts. You say, look, and now you point out a very, I think, a wonderful point, which is, if this is the ace of spades, you miscall it. If this is an ace of spades from a red pack, there must be an ace of spades in the blue deck, right? There must be. So I want you to find it for me, okay? I'm going to go through. I want you to find the matching card. The matching card. This is the key phrase there. Now, I got a little break. I came over here while just saying that line of script, and I got a break above the bottom card, and I'm going to cut that, double undercut that to the top. I'm just giving the cards a mix-up, but what I want to do is I want to get basically, I don't care where the ace of spades is, but I want to make sure the bottom card is the 7 of hearts now. So that's one way to clean up, okay? Now, last part is you're just going to force the bottom card. Whatever force you like, whatever you want to do, you can cut the pack, do a riffle force like that, find that ace. So you got a 7 of hearts. Well, we did say we wanted to, I said find the matching card, so boom, and you can reveal. Okay, real drama. But to add sort of value to this video today, let me show you my turnover switch, okay? Little knacky, not you spread out the cards, they touch a card, you isolate, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna come over, it's basically a two-handed bottom deal in a sense. You're gonna push the bottom card off slightly. You want a really loose grip here, okay? Push the bottom card off. The fingers, and what you're trying to make it look like is that you're grabbing the card with all the cards above in the right hand, turning it over. Now I was playing around with this years ago, and this is a lot of cover. It's a broad action. I've got cards here, cards there. It feels natural, but it's lots of cover. So what I realized is I can push out the cards, have them touch a card, okay? Push that out, and then turn that over. And I'm stealing off the bottom card, okay? Let me show it to you again. They touch a card, okay? I push off the bottom card, grab it with the fingers below, pull back with the thumb, and all together it looks exactly like they touch any card in the pack. It's not a force, it's a switch. They touch a card, change their mind. Let's see, ace of spades, did you get, oh, you didn't get the ace of spades, you got 7 of hearts. Well, I did say to find the matching card, so let me help you with this. I'm gonna do this, like this. And after that last transformation, when they find out that this card has impossibly changed while in a glass or while in a spectator's hands, it just takes, like the first climax is great, the second one is insane. It all has this organic, it makes sense. It's just a fantastic trick.